Hi, Meg here, and I'm here for some simple tips on self-care. So self-care is, I think, a really important thing that sometimes a lot of us just kind of roll over in our everyday life, in our everyday lives. Um, so what we're going to just look at are just a few very simple tips on how to help with your self-care routine. Take and leave what you want. This is just some things that help me in my everyday life. And yeah, I hope you can find something that's useful for you. And please let me know, comment if you do find something that's useful for you. Or if you do something in your self-care routine already that I mentioned and you're like, hey, I do that too. So the first thing on our thing, number one, is tea. So I'm a big fan of tea. Yeah. Right now I have a peach raspberry tulsi tea in my tea, and it's a wonderful tea for stress relief, and it's an adaptogen herb, and it's just super awesome tasting to me. So this one is a caffeine-free one, which is really nice because I don't normally do caffeine, but they do come with caffeinated ones as well. And this is, I think, organic. It's certified organic, fair trade, but it's Organic India is the, and I'm not, of course, I'm not sponsored to do that, but that's the brand, and it's really awesome. So number one on my self-care list is tea, and I try to drink tea as much as possible. I go through phases where I drink more coffee than tea, but I love tea, especially at nighttime when I'm winding down. It's a wonderful way to just like grab onto something warm. It seems to warm the heart, and just like smell the beautiful herbs, and then just drink this wonderful fluid. It's just a really wonderful self-care technique for myself. And so much of the world drinks tea and does ceremonies over tea, and there's many different rituals involving tea as well. So it's been known for many centuries for a basic self-care thing that we kind of forget today, or at least we do in America, it seems. So that is number one. Now on to number two. Number two is read. So for self-care, I really love to read, even if it's just an audio book. I love Audible, and I do read my audiobooks, well, listen to my audiobooks when I'm coming home from work, and it really just helps me forget the crap of the day and just focus on something else. And I'm really into self-help books, so even if you aren't into self-help books, you can find whatever book you want to read, something to escape, something to entertain, something to inspire, something just to make you happy and give you a little lift. So reading for me is essential in a self-care routine, however you do it. Listening, reading, physically a book, reading on your Kindle, reading on your phone can be a thing. I don't really like to read on my phone usually, but there are some really good articles that I end up reading on the phone as well. Next tip, number three, is move. Okay, we hear this a lot, but that's because it's real and it's true and it's a fact. So exercising, moving around can really help get those endorphins going and really increase like your positive mood. So moving around is super important just as a human being, or else we kind of get rusty and we get stiff and stuff like that. So it's super important to find what kind of movement works for you and what you love to do, because not every workout program, fitness program is fit for everybody. So really go along what your body needs and what you need emotionally, mentally, physically, and go from there. So even within a certain type of thing like yoga or something, you may try yoga once from a certain instructor, and then you're like, oh gosh, yoga's not for me. Well, maybe it was the type of yoga, maybe it was the type of instructor, maybe it was the length of the class, maybe it was the other people in the class. There's a few different factors. So I've realized in the past to not just give it one go when you're trying a new movement thing. Try to give it a few, try to find a few different facets of it and see what works best for you. So, for instance, when I very first tried belly dance, I really wasn't into it. I was like, oh, this is it doesn't feel like dancing to me, and it just doesn't feel very awesome. So I let it go for like 10 years. And then I learned from a later instructor, and it was like mind-blowingly awesome. So you can have those instances. So just give things a little bit more of a chance. I encourage you to anyway. Sometimes you just know in your gut, this isn't for me. I need to go. I need to get out of this. So go for that too. But moving around, biking or walking or swimming, doing whatever you enjoy, just do it. Just get out there and do it, and try to really make it a consistent habit. Really chisel out part of your day to do it. It doesn't have to be in the morning. It can be whenever you want, whatever works best for you and your current living situation. So, going and moving on to tip 4. 4. And that is baths and showers. So I really, I love bath time, and it's really fun to take your bath up to the next level. You don't have to be a chick to do this, but I mean, Epsom salts are some amazing things to put in your bath, or just good smelly bath salts, essential oils, uh, bath oils, bubbles, candles, nice music, whatever you need to do to get into a really soft, relaxing atmosphere where you're by yourself and you just get to relax in a tub or shower if that's what is available to you, because I didn't have a bathtub for a long time. So showers can work awesome as well. So, and you can put little bits of essential oils in there. Lavender is very soothing, chamomile. Some people like patchouli can be very peaceful and soothing. It's not my thing. Bergamot is very uplifting and citrusy. So you can add some essential oils to like a sponge in your shower, and just leave it there, and it'll kind of permeate through and mix in with the steam. If you have a sinus infection or a sinus thing going on, you can add eucalyptus and mint, and that'll really help clear up your sinuses. So, moving on to tip 5. And this is the last tip for today. So, tip 5 is really just eat good food. So, you don't have to diet, depending on what your situation is. Maybe you have, a certain situation where you do need to be on a certain diet. But just eat good food. Eat whole, good food, and that is a wonderful, wonderful, you have no idea how much it'll do for your whole life, just from eating good food. And what I mean by good food is your fruits, your vegetables, just raw nuts and seeds, and try to stay away from any of the processed things that is shelved and boxed and been sitting there forever and has preservatives and God knows what else on this list of a million things. So if you want to just keep it simple, yes, you can indulge on those things, but for the most part, try to eat whole foods that you could pick off a tree. Also, I do eat meat. I have tried in the past to survive on a vegetarian diet, and for myself personally, it does not work well. However, when I do eat meat, I really try to get it from a locally sourced farmer, who treats the animals in a kind manner and doesn't stuff them all in a small thing. So when I try to get meats, I try to get local meats, preferably without hormones and such. But it's up to you. You can do whatever works best for your diet. Some people are going to be no meat at all, and their system works awesome on that. Some people are going to be just vegetarian and or be totally vegan and have no animal product whatsoever, and their systems can totally work awesome on that, and that is beautiful. And whatever is your diet choice is awesome. Just try to incorporate as many fruits and vegetables as you possibly can. Try to sneak them in wherever you can, especially leafy greens. Leafy greens are going to be really powerful and essential. And of course, drinking your water is a big deal as well. They tell us that all the time, but it is true. We're like, what, 70 or 80% water or something? We're a lot of percent water. So your organs work better, your skin looks nicer, your hair grows better, your nails grow better, your nutrients get into your system better when you are drinking enough water. Plus, then you won't get too dehydrated as well. And just go by what you feel. I mean, yes, they say that 8 glasses a day is a good kind of thing to go by, but you don't have to go by 8 glasses. Everyone is a different size and has different needs. So go with whatever you feel when you're starting to feel thirsty. Really gulp down some water. Lemon water is one of my favorites. Adding cucumber or mint is fun too. Adding grapefruit if you're just not into just plain water. So yeah, those are my 5 tips. So we had tea, we have reading, we have moving, we have baths and showers, and we have food. So those are my 5 tips. So I hope you try some and let me know what you think. And thank you so much for watching, and if you like the video, then like it down below and subscribe to me, and I'll be posting more videos. And we'll go from there. So again, thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and see you on the flip side.